Welcome back to another episode of the New York Fellas. This is officially a championship podcast now. We have won, the New York Knicks have won the NBA championship. Elijah, steam flying out of his ears. Saint, not even looking at the camera, doesn't give a shit. Marty and me and Eric, who will be joining us in a little bit. This is our first championship doing this show. I mean,
For
this
you
is
guys,
like
yeah.
for us. Well, Elijah, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up.
Wait, hang
I
on.
want to. You
We
want
got
to take a 30?
ambient noise from Marty. Is that on my end or everybody's end?
No, it's ambient noise, Marty. Or towel off.
Well, let's say, you guys, isn't that much better for all of you?
Yeah, it's much better. He must have a fan on.
How about now?
Good.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Good timeout.
Side out. I want to take the listeners behind the curtain just a tad bit, okay?
Wait, I want to double check something before we do this. Can you hear this one? This one might be better. It's a little portable fan.
On the
once
city
you-
today?
Yes, I can hear it.
So it's one of these.
Yeah, just turn it all off. You're gonna have to sweat.
I am.
Also, make sure you keep your face like in the entire frame because there's parts of the YouTube where like it's just your eyeballs.
I got my face in the entire frame right now. Sometimes I do that, but
Right. Okay.
when I'm thinking,
Well, I want to set the stage here for the listeners and pull the curtain back just a little bit. Last night, we typically try to record on Sundays, and Saint is a big proponent of recording on Sundays. Mondays are very difficult for him. We've tried to move the podcast off of Sundays. He's constantly the loudest one about not moving off Sunday. Saint, would you agree with that?
He's muted.
You're muted.
Great. Fantastic. Head down, not paying attention. He's muted.
Right.
Great.
I was
Off
paying
you-
attention, obviously, or I wouldn't have looked up from the Saint. Yes.
You
I
would agree with that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So the Knicks win the NBA championship after coming back in their, fourth straight game of a double-digit deficit, 5.
All
Well, yeah,
five
they
games
came-
they had a double. Yep.
They came back in game 5 close.
Oh, yeah,
Or
it's
game
true.
4.
They did lost.
Game
Did lose
3
one.
close.
Go ahead.
But they win 4 after double-digit deficit. They win their first championship in 53 years. The city is on fire, literally. And the place could not have been more. I mean, it was unbelievable. So the Knicks win their first championship in 53 years. We record on Sunday. Saint hates recording on any other day but Sunday. And I text the group yesterday and I say, hey, guys, 10 p.m. tonight, all Knicks. To which Elijah laughs at it. And then Saint responds with a smug fucking response. Just the most smug response I've ever seen in my life. He goes, you know what? Let me read it for you word for word, actually. He goes,
Go ahead.
I was so angry. LOL, UFC, Stanley Cup, World Cup, and College World Series going on at that time. Was going to see if we could do a different night. I'll do it, but I'm going to have 7 screens going in the background. What
What's
the
wrong?
fuck?
Fair
What do you
response.
mean what's wrong with
Fair
that?
response.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, there's everything wrong with
he's
that
doing
response.
his job technically.
Dude, I was the only person on last week when nobody was on. And if I was on again this week and we did it yesterday, I would have been just me and you again, probably. So, like, what do you mean?
He's got a
What's the
point.
problem?
My
What's
point
the
Mad at your
problem?
response. He's
My
mad at your
point is-
response.
Yes, I'm mad at the response. Just lie to me. Elijah said, hey, I
No.
got stuff going on with my family. Marty's, got something going on. Eric didn't answer. But whatever. Now Eric's asking me what email I sent it to. And I'll just
You send
respond.
Do you send it to the same email every time?
Yeah, I've sent it to his work one before. My point saying is, it was the most smug response ever as LOL. Like, we're going to talk about the Knicks winning a championship for the first time in 53 years.
It's a brilliant tactic by Saint. I love it.
I mean, I really don't see a problem. There was legitimately a ton of shit going on that I was interested in. Dude,
Possibly the greatest sports weekend of all time.
The Canes won the cup. There was a UFC thing that we've never seen before that was absolutely insane that I was
at the White House.
invested
I
in the
know,
whole
I know,
time.
I know what it is. I know
Shut-
everything. But my point is,
There's
There's no
you
problem.
are the biggest bitch when it comes to doing it any other day but Sunday at 10 p.m. And you were free at Sunday at 10 p.m. and your excuse was, I have to watch sports. When this is indeed a sports talk show and the team, the New York Fellas, we talk about the Knicks. We've talked about them for the last 3 months, even more. They win a championship and you say, LOL, I have to watch the College World Series?
That was one of 4 things. That's the one you pick out.
First of all, they shouldn't be using metal bats in college. It's totally ridiculous.
Yeah, they hit.
I don't give a shit about the Georgia
bat.
catcher who hit a 500-foot bomb tonight that I saw. I get it. I understand. But your response...
Yeah, the Yankees need that guy. He's nasty.
I was seething angry last night, and my wife was like, you need to calm down.
That's
dude,
Saint
why are you... I don't understand why you're so mad at me and you're not mad at either one of these guys for not...
He texted me. Well, one, because I have a legitimate excuse.
Yeah, we had reasons not to be here. You had no reason.
He texted me on the side and he goes, Saint's comment made me so angry.
Yeah, I called Alex today, too, and had to tell him about it over the phone. I was so mad.
But why? Because it was legit. Listen, but I honestly, it happened to work out funnier than I expected because I'm getting this response.
Saint was being legitimate when he said it.
Well, that's the part that bothers me the most, is he was dead serious. Like, I have to watch all of these. First of all,
but dude,
go ahead.
If they all wanted to, if they were all adamant about, like, we're going to do it tonight, Mike, I obviously would have been on. Like, I made the point that I had already gotten 2 potential no's. One was a no, another one was a no, another one that was no real response. So I was like, all right, it seems like nobody's really going to do it tonight. So yeah, then I threw that in there. If I was the only person that said no for that reason, shit on me all you want. But that was, dude, it was just like, yeah, there's a ton of shit on it. If nobody can really do it tonight, then why would I?
That as time goes on, and maybe the parade saved you. Honestly, the parade probably saved you because it's going to be talked about from today until the end of the parade. So that's why ultimately I said, you know what, just do it tomorrow because this will still be a topic of conversation.
I mean, what is the championship expire?
Yeah, it would be.
What is it going to expire after fucking Sunday? Like that's
no, it
so
doesn't
ridiculous.
expire. But my point is, it's the beginning of the work week. People listen to things. You put content out. People see stuff, and you don't see that. You're not the visionary
here. No, I do see that. I know why you wanted it. I completely understand, but I don't think it made a huge difference. And also, you're getting mad. Point. You're getting mad at me when in reality no one else was on. And Mike, I was the only person on with you last Sunday. So like
I appreciate that, and that's not
a
row. That's one of the pros. There's pros and cons to having 5 people on a podcast. And one of the pros is when 2 are gone or 3 are gone, then there's 2 left to do it. We don't all have to be here.
I understand that, but you're getting on me. Neither of these guys.
And one other thing. The whole episode last week, my microphone was my fucking computer and not the one in front of my face, and you didn't tell me.
I mean, I didn't really hear a difference. So
I had to mess with the audio levels as much as I could without Mike sounding like he was screaming into the microphone.
I sounded like I was sitting in my kitchen sink back there.
I didn't notice.
I didn't. I can see it. Yeah, till the end. I can see it on my right hand side here. I got it. It's right now, but
anyway, it's so funny because there is such a significant difference when you switch to your computer audio.
It's awful. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest. It was just the smugness of the LOL at first that pissed me off to no end.
Great content.
Well, I wanted to say something nice. I'm not to get sappy, but Mike, I'm very glad that I was able to take in that championship with you, brother.
Hold that thought. I do want to. Yeah, we can. Hold on a minute.
The man who didn't watch a Knicks game the entire year and just kept saying how baseball's more important now wants to claim the Knicks championship.
And we talked about the NBA, and this guy was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything during any of the NBA talk except for LeBron. Shout out Marty.
New York fans. Now everybody's out in the woodworks.
No, I've always watched the Knicks. I don't claim to be a huge fan of theirs. And I don't like the NBA. I definitely don't like the regular season. I've also been somebody who's been on the Brunson train for a long time. I remember debating you, Elijah, specifically, and you decided to bring up Cade Cunningham as even in the topic of conversation.
What a fraud that guy is.
So
I do remember Marty going kind of hard at that conversation with Elijah. I do remember
last
that.
Year,
and then Saint saying it's almost like Jalen Brunson can score. Which still is probably one of the craziest things I think.
No, Saint was right about that.
No, he corrected
him.
Well, I added on to that last week by my point was proven even further as the course of this entire season has gone. The point that I made in that
was right about that one.
My point was that he's always been able to do that from the beginning.
That was the argument. That was the argument was that Saint was late to the party on that one, and we were already on that train.
Said he got better at it.
No,
you guys that's not the argument.
He actually had a better. he actually had a better statistical. He scored more points
It
per
wasn't
game
even
last
about
postseason than this
stats. You're
postseason.
still to this day, you miss the fucking point that it's not
Well,
about stats. And there is a clear defining difference that if you watch games, you could tell that Brunson has gotten significantly better at creating his own shot and creating space and making a lot of very tough things look fairly easy. He has definitely gotten better at that over the last 3 years. And that's the argument. Nothing statistical about it. There's nothing, and I think anybody who watches would agree.
Well, with that said, we're going to dive right into the Knicks winning the NBA Finals, which is something that hasn't happened in 53 years. None of us were born. My uncle and parents, my dad, probably 10 years old. They probably don't remember any of it. That was awesome. I mean, that was just, say what you want about the path, and Saint and I talked about this last weekend, like the path to the NBA Finals, like you want to call it a Mickey Mouse path, like whatever. I think I'm not going to rehash it, but yes, they played teams compared to the Western Conference. Like they're not as talented, you could say, but they didn't just beat those teams; they destroyed those teams. I mean, you went 4-0, 4-0 to get to the end. What was it? 4-1, 4-0, 4-0.
No,
And
didn't they lose 2 to the Hawks?
yeah, 2 to the
yeah,
Hawks.
two. You're right. So after
Then they
losing
won
2
by
to the Hawks,
108 the next game.
right? Then they win by 1,000 points, and then you made Philly quit, and you made the Cavaliers quit. Like that's what they did. And then fast forward, here we are to the finals, and you go into San Antonio when all of us were saying, "Hey, split, take one, and come back home with home court." And they take 2, and the way those games happen, I mean, the Spurs. Yes, you could say the Spurs lost those games, but the Knicks just stayed the course. They didn't deviate from the plan. They just kept playing defense. They play hard every single possession. They are. I mean, game 4 kind of proves they were never out of any game. The largest comeback in NBA Finals history, 29 points, capped off by OG Anunoby with an insane tip-in with 1.2 seconds left.
Like the free throw line.
I mean,
So
he tipped that in from the charge thing there, that like little half circle there, whatever it is. I mean, that's like
He should have won MVP.
if Brunson didn't go off for 45, he probably would have.
But OG was better all series.
He was, but you're going to give it to the guy who goes 45 in a closeout game on the road. But at that point, when that happened, Marty, did we watched that game together too, right?
Are you guys holding hands too?
No,
but we were in it for. I'm not joking. 85% of the game, we were in a bad spot, not really talking, just yelling at the TV, sulking, and then Mike's like, all right, get it to 12, and I'm like, dude, if they could just get it to 15 by the 4th, and then it happened, and then they still kind of look like shit, and then we're like, oh my god, and then next thing you know, they're down like 4, and we're like, is this actually happening? Is this real? Is this a possibility? And then
that's what I said.
happened.
I said if you can get this to like 10 to 12 going into the 4th quarter, you will have a chance. And
I mean, St and I have been talking about it for years. 20-point leads mean nothing. Obviously, in the finals, they mean a lot more. But yeah, I mean, all you had to get was within 15 points, and the Knicks can make that up in 3 minutes. With the way
Marty,
the
can you
Spurs
check
are
the
shooting.
text, please? Sorry, Lige, go ahead.
No, you're good. St and I just talk about how leads are like that or whatever in the NBA, but in the finals, you expect a lead like that to hold. And the Spurs did everything in their power not to hold that lead.
Well, I think 29 in an NBA game,
It's
generally
insane.
speaking,
NBA
should
finals
be
game
like
should
any
be-
game in the NBA. It should be.
Yeah.
You should be okay.
And this, in this day and age with 3-point shooting and how hot and cold it can be, and that's kind of what happened since the Spurs went like 1 for 19 from 3, and they kept shooting them. But yeah, it's impressive nonetheless.
14 of 16 in the first half of that game.
Yeah, they couldn't miss. And then
And
you
then
knew they'd come back down to earth, but you didn't expect them to go ice cold.
Dude, they scored 30 points in the second half. That is absurd.
It was really bad. We can, if we want to get into that point, the Spurs peed their pants. Like,
They did.
It was
Wemby can we get
pissed
into the
down their
point
leg.
that Wemby's actually a
Hold on.
scumbag?
30 seconds. I need 30 seconds. Did you look at the text like I just asked?
Yeah, he said forward it to me.
Did you forward it to him
Yeah, I just did.
via text?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I forwarded it via email. Should I just send it over text?
Did you not read what he said? Could someone forward me their link on text? I don't know what's going on with my email.
I didn't see the on text. I just saw forward.
Full time
I
out.
just saw
Full time out.
I just saw
60
forward.
second.
I just saw forward, and
Full time out.
I'm trying to not be off the screen for a long time. Dude, Mike,
and
you
I
honestly are
appreciate
such
that.
a.
But
It's
I'm trying to
absurd.
give you like Morse code to like say, hey, check the text, and you didn't read it.
I read 90% of it. I told you, I think I have dyslexia.
90% of it, you would have sent it via text.
Pretty sure I have dyslexia, dude.
Like,
Hey, are you
two.
watching the soccer game?
No, hold on, time out. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that at all. We could talk a little U.S. because that was actually fun.
I
Where
already
were
forgot
we?
about the Knicks.
Yeah, I know you did.
New
Where were
Zealand's
we?
beating Iran 2-1.
Iran.
We
In
were
the
talking about
I'm
the
done.
U.S.
Spurs. We were talking
No,
about
I'm
the
done.
Spurs
I'm
beating
done.
down their legs.
Wemby being a scumbag.
We'll get to Wemby.
Mike,
Yeah, that.
one thing I want to say.
What's
The
up?
only thing I'd want more is I wanted OKC to play the Knicks, so you could have gone nuclear on the refs and the Thunder
I
and
mean,
Shea.
we could
See,
go
that would have
nuclear.
been.
We could go nuclear on the refs for this
We
series.
could, but
Yeah, it's
imagine
awful.
compounding that with everything you already hated about OKC all year. We would have had to done live viewing of you at every single game.
Well, thankfully, we don't have to worry about that
Oh,
until maybe next year.
that would have been
And
just so
yeah, it would
good.
have been nuclear. I mean, I was getting. I mean, not to. First, let's rewind here. Let's talk about the Spurs and how they peed down their legs, and they did. I mean, they had like 90
He's a
plus.
Brooklyn boy.
Yeah, Zach Zaba. He's from Brooklyn.
I couldn't get every game in their double-digit lead. They just completely blew it every single time.
Eric,
they
are
would-
you at your apartment?
No, I'm home. Could you hear me all right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we hear you.
sounds
We hear you
great.
perfect. Sorry about
All right,
that little
good.
snafu. We're
No,
talking about.
it was my problem, an email problem.
All
But
good. We're talking about the Spurs peeing down their leg. The point of conversation coming into this series was that they are young and inexperienced, and 3 games or maybe 4 games, they had 90+% chance to win those games, and like you lose those games, like yeah, your inexperience shows, and like they will get theirs. I'm supremely confident that they will get their NBA championships, just not this year, and they didn't. And I said this to Matt last week. The Knicks look like a team with championship pedigree for a team that had not won a championship. They're veterans at this point, right? They're probably 28, 29, been in the league for 7, 8, 9 years. And it showed like one team just completely collapsed and the other team took advantage of that collapse, and that was the Knicks. Eric, you must be excited. Go ahead, Elijah. Sorry.
I was going to say, I think if they played a team that had that experience, it might have been a little different story. I know the Knicks were on fire, but the Knicks also had really long stretches where they played terrible.
They looked awful.
And but every single game down the stretch, the Spurs just blew it every single time. And that comes from the inexperience. So I think, if they played a team with actual experience, but they didn't. And that was my point, I think, before the finals started. It doesn't matter who you play, you got to get there to get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And they just completely took advantage of their experience and dominated the Spurs from a mental aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric, you must be thrilled.
I am, and that's the double for me there too with Michigan too. So swept the basketball season. No, it's crazy. I mean, in this series, you look at it wasn't how they won the first 3 series with just lights out shooting. It wasn't always easy at times, like you said, some big deficits that they come back from, but just really gritty all around through all the games, even game 3 that they almost came back in. Just really gritty all around, and feels too good to be true, to be honest. It's just great.
I mean, I think Saint and I talked about this last weekend too. Like, we're so used to seeing somebody else in the NBA finals that it just doesn't feel real, I guess. I mean, it's real now, but like in the moment when you're watching it and your team's up 2-0 after taking 2 in San Antonio, you're like, holy shit, like this is an actual like real thing that could happen. And then sure enough, 6-7 days later, it does. Like, it's a crazy thing to think about because it's been that long since they've actually won an NBA championship.
Yeah, and I from an outside perspective, like, where does that rank for you guys, Elijah and Saint, in terms of entertainment, like value for a series that aren't your teams? Like, that's got to be probably the most entertaining in the last 10 years, right? Outside of maybe when the Celtics were in for you, Saint.
Especially being a 5-game series. It was the most exciting 5-game series that could ever happen. I know I mean, obviously, like the Cavs and Warriors.
That's what I was
they
about
had
to
some
say.
battles when
That was
when
awesome.
the Cavs came back down 3-1 like that. But yeah, every single game was electric.
I wish I had went 7 because overall, like Lodge said, for a 5-game series, it was ultra entertaining from what happened, the comebacks, the Spurs getting out to that 30-point lead, the legendary comeback. Like, you'd have to be an idiot not to say, especially from my standpoint, like how much I shit on the NBA and like professional basketball as a whole. Like, that series had a lot of good things that should be showcased as far as like what you want to see, and like the way that the Knicks plays is like what I like. Like that team is how even the Spurs play too. Like, they're young and inexperienced and they fell apart multiple times, but like I like Castle, I like Harper. I mean, I like that team. They should gel together soon. It was definitely entertaining. I think in the last 10 years, obviously the Cavs Warriors would be the next one that comes to mind, and that was 10 years ago. So
2016, I think, yeah.
So that would be the next earliest one. And like, even when the Celtics won, that series wasn't entertaining. And to be completely honest with you, when the Warriors beat the Celtics too, I'm thinking about that one. That series really wasn't entertaining. That was a 6-game series, but I'm pretty sure all the games were blowouts, and all the games that the Warriors won were all by like 18, 17. Like, that's not really what you want to see.
Yeah,
well, I will say last year's was pretty good. That did go 7.
Went 7.
But it went 7. But if you put last year's up against this year's, like last year's went 7 and this year's went 5, like I would take this year's 10 out of 10 times. Like, just because it goes 7 games, 7 blowout, like lopsided, not entertaining. I will say Game 7 up until Halliburton got hurt last year seemed like it was going to be electric. Once he got hurt, it kind of just fizzled out, and it took the energy out of the arena. So
Game 7 is just exciting. But yeah, you're right. This was much more exciting.
The series in general was just like, every game was kind of just like, all right, like it was fine, and you're going to watch it because it's the finals. But no, this was definitely entertainment value. That's why I wanted this to go 7. Like, I really wish the Spurs could have not pissed down their leg, because, man, imagine if this went back to the Garden. Like, at the bare minimum, I wanted it to go 6, because who wouldn't have wanted that to go back to the Garden? Like,
yeah, in a perfect world, if you're telling me like guarantee they win if it goes back to MSG, like, yeah, that would have been cool. But obviously you can't. You don't want to take that chance. And there was people calling into the radio and saying like, yeah, no, I want them to close it out at MSG. It's like, bro, are you nuts? Like, no, you don't.
That's one shot, because that would have, but you'd be allowing them 2 games in a row, and like then you're going back to San Antonio. You don't one game.
No, you don't want
to
do that.
You never know. No one ever says that. No one ever does that. Like,
But Eric,
I mean, it would have been an even sicker story, because then it would have been the whole Wemby should have been suspended thing, and then it would have been even more of a villain. It would have been painted as more of a villain, and then if they would have won on top of that, it would have been crazy. But definitely no complaints that they went.
I don't think the guy could be any more of a villain.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. I want to ask that question. We'll get to the Wemby villain,
just young.
Douchebag.
He's just young and competitive. He's just got to work out the kinks.
Yeah, just the kinks. Do you think the NBA would have upgraded that closeout on Jalen Brunson to a flagrant? Letter of the law, yes, they should have, and he would have been suspended for Game 6. Is Adam Silver and the NBA going to do that? No.
They did it to Draymond and against the Cavs.
Yeah, but is Draymond
somebody in the nuts?
Is Draymond Victor Wembanyama like?
No, but it's the reason the Cavs won that series.
It completely altered being on the floor for 5 changed everything.
Wemby literally tried to stomp on OG's ACL. That was the most absurd
Alvarado
thing
tried
I've
to
ever
have
seen.
a sumo wrestling takedown of his leg, and they called it a common foul.
No,
you can't compare
it. Wasn't even that close.
They upgraded that to a flagrant, didn't they?
No, it was a common foul.
It also wasn't even that close. He started to, and then he was like, I can't do this. Wemby legitimately jumped up and then tried to kick this guy in the ACL. But he's just young and competitive. That's it, man. He's working out the kinks.
Yeah, he's working out
the kinks. Over and over again.
Aaron and Matt, that is the dumbest argument I've ever seen. I've
ever seen you guys
make in my life. Your brother, Matt St. John. He's young and he's competitive and he's just got to work it out. He actually
when did
is
I
a
say
scumbag.
Who said that?
Your brother, Aaron.
Aaron definitely probably.
But now we're just down to Aaron said it.
No, Matt and Aaron. Matt was like,
I said it too.
Mike,
I
go back
said
in the
that?
chat, please. Mike, please go back in the chat right now.
I
mean,
just
there's
said
been a
he's
lot of
young,
text.
dumb, and competitive, so that's why he can.
No. You're saying he's young and he's immature, like along those lines. He's young, immature. He's working
Well,
out
he
his
is, but that
competitiveness.
doesn't take away from the fact that what he did was a foul. Like, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been
No.
penalized. I'm just saying that he's dumb and
I was saying that he's a dirty player, and you guys were like, he's not a dirty player.
Aaron
just
said
young
he's
and
dirty.
competitive.
No, we both said he's dirty.
Aaron said
Now
he's
he's
dirty.
just losing steam, and all of a sudden,
He's going to look.
We talked about Europeans are dirty,
My
and then we
favorite
talked
is
about.
My favorite is when Aaron will say something about Wemby, and then he'll follow it up with like, "I'm not saying he's not a dirty player." It's like, all right, dude.
Caveats.
We know you have like the ultimate like glaze fest for this guy.
You said he's not a bad guy because you said he's a bad guy. That's the argument that we make.
Well, who knows if any of these guys are bad guys?
Right. Who knows? We're just talking about on the court.
I'm seeing a lot of certain flag emojis in this group chat.
All right, Marty.
Is that hotel thing true? Is that hotel thing true?
I actually did see that story. I did see that story where you got the family kicked out of the Ritz-Carlton penthouse.
Didn't really do much research past that.
Which
I don't know. It was a bad guy argument. You're right.
I don't know why he would make that whole video and put that out there and lie about it. Like, bro, if you're staying at the Ritz-Carlton penthouse, like that's like $20,000 a night. So to be kicked out of that room, like that's ass. But like everything we've seen with him throughout this entire series, talking about how like we're gonna win, everybody knows it, like we dominated this whole series. Like, yeah, all those things are true. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if he was like a petulant child and like actually did have them.
Yeah, because he's 22 years old.
Right, he doesn't know how to act. He's only 22. But
you guys don't think it actually matters at all that he's 22 years old?
I think his age actually does have to do with him being a mature NBA player. But like,
all right, good.
There are scenarios where he, like the Jalen Brunson one in this series, where he literally tried to smash his head through the floor and wasn't called a flagrant. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't care if Jalen's grabbing your jersey. Like, you don't try and smash someone's head through the floor. The one where he lands, he looks down, sees where Jalen's going to land, and puts his foot there. I mean, come on. Like, you're 22, you're competitive.
Jumps
like,
up and he tries to step on OG Anunoby's ACL and actually destroy his knee.
That was
the craziest one. Oh, yeah, sure you don't.
I probably actually was not watching, so if you find it, send it over.
I sent it in the group chat. I think it was sent in twice.
Probably wasn't paying attention.
Either way, Wemby did not have a good NBA Finals. Like, he kind of clammed up in the moments.
He quite often has those games where he shoots way too much, and there's no reason he shouldn't be in the paint just dunking every single time they have the ball. But, like, he should never have a shooting night where he's, like, 9 for 26 or whatever. Yeah. It's like, he should never do that. I bet you Shaq never had a game like that. Because, like, obviously Wemby shoots more, but he also misses a bunch of layups.
Yeah,
he should just be in the paint the entire time. It's not fair.
I think what might have rattled Wemby to begin with, and Eric and Saint chime in, is like, I think Cat played really well against him in game 1 and 2, and he was like, all right, well, maybe I can go out and shoot as opposed to be in the paint. Like, I think Cat defensively played very well against him in the first 2 games, and that might have altered his mindset a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he's a mental midget.
Marty.
Thank you, Marty. I agree.
No, when when he doesn't do a play that he should do because he's 7'6", like when Jalen Brunson scores a layup on him, like I think that gets in his head and he's like, oh, damn, what am I doing?
I think he'll learn from that because he's 22 years old and immature.
What's in his head is he has said it before, is I don't want to be known as just a big guy who plays basketball. I want to be known as a basketball player. So he has this mentality in his head where he wants to have an all-around
he's
skill set.
He's his own worst enemy then.
The France.
But I'm telling you, this is what he said, so this is why he does what he does.
He's his own worst enemy.
Yeah, it's to his own detriment because...
Do you think he thinks in French?
Probably, yes.
Yeah, I've always thought about that. Like,
what
if you laugh in like Spanish, are you laughing in Spanish?
I mean, dude, a laugh.
If you only speak,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Spanish
like, if you only speak Spanish and you laugh, like, are you laughing in Spanish?
What is a Spanish laugh from an English laugh? What's the difference?
I don't know. Like, like Marty said, like they're thinking. Well, they text thinking in French.
Text
so like,
he probably thinks
laugh,
in French.
They text J-A-J-A-J-A-J-A.
What?
They text J-A-J-A-J-A-J-A. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that. A drink order at a bar was called the Jalloween. Like I like. So yeah, they do laugh in Spanish.
Yeah, what is this even about?
Anyway.
What are deaf people thinking? Think about that.
I've asked multiple Spanish speaking individuals, and they say that I say, "What language do you speak in?" And they say it depends. My thoughts will go back and forth depending on the conversation that I'm having. It's two people who are completely fluent in both, and they've said if I'm talking to somebody in Spanish, my thoughts change to Spanish. If I'm in an English conversation setting, I'm thinking in English. So they're thinking
good.
what they're
We got
speaking.
an answer to that. Let's move on.
Kind of crazy. It is really crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, he's got the France national anthem playing in his head while he's
all the time.
scribbling.
Listen,
crying in French.
I think
I don't even know why I just explained that. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Marty, usually you're really good at chiming in and giving good stuff, but tonight you're just completely derailing everything.
I mean, that was a good one, though. We did get a good answer there from Matt.
Thanks, Sam. Wemby,
in my opinion, has gone from he was a very beloved player. Like I think he still is, but like all the attention being on him in the NBA Finals, and I think the way that maybe he responded to some questions in post-game press conferences, like maybe it's just talk shows around here that are bringing up like people maybe looking at him in a little bit different of a light after these NBA Finals.
York talk shows, they'd never do that.
I know, but
those guys.
He did listen, I would probably be the same way if I lost. I would walk off the court. I wouldn't shake anybody's hand. But if you look back at all of these past NBA Finals, like these guys always have some sort of embrace at the end of the game.
Do they? Because I've looked at a lot of, especially recently, I've looked at a lot of recent ones.
I saw a clip of like at least 7 or 8 NBA Finals where it was like KD, LeBron, these guys.
Did the classic one where he left with like 8 minutes.
Yeah, but those guys are friends. I'm talking about teams as a whole, like being friendly with each other.
I think the NBA does that generally. I think the NBA generally has like a code of like, hey, the NBA Finals are over. We both fought really hard. Congrats, and then you get out of there. I think the only guy in the Spurs to do it was like Cornette, and that's because he played for the Knicks at one point, and he whatever. But I don't know. I don't think he handled himself particularly very well in post-game press conferences, and even his play on the court. Like he was being dirty to a degree where it's like, bro, like why?
I just wish he would. Whoever is teaching him, like I think it's a good
monks.
It's a good secondary. It's a good secondary skill set to have all the shooting and being able to dribble and run point from the top of the key. But like, dude, I understand you want to be a guard and you want to be an all-around basketball player, but it is just stupid and inefficient to not take advantage of what you have. Like that's why you play. It's not because they're like, oh, this guy's 7'6", but he could be a guard. It's like, no, they want you to be 7'6", dude. Like they want you to be in the paint and dominating the paint, and there's no reason he shouldn't. And he played, we talked about it before the series, he played exactly into what the Knicks wanted. He literally played exactly into it. When he would get cold shooting, he just kept shooting more. He wouldn't go back in the paint. He wouldn't offset the runs that the Knicks would make by going inside and posting somebody up and drawing fouls. They would go to the arc. They kept shooting. They keep shooting. Like, dude, that's what the Knicks wanted. He's played right into it.
I think Mike Brown had a great playoffs. Some of the lineups that he was putting out there, the rotations, I think Alvarado, everyone contributed. I mean, Hokporty was playing games, right? Like, because of foul trouble, of course, but Alvarado played well. Shamit, did not play that well. Deuce McBride did not play well.
Deuce was awful. Deuce was awful.
We shouldn't
Who's the one guy, Mike, that I hate? That sucks.
The German guy, Schoen or Scone or whatever the hell his name is.
He's got all the tattoos. When he was in game, it game 3 or game 4?
Yeah, the Spurs guy that was chirping Wemby and was guarding him at the end of the game.
He looked so bad when he got the ball in his hand. He had no idea what to do.
He got the ball and was like, "Get this out of my hands immediately!" But
he was so bad.
Listen, we should not spend the entire time talking about Wemby because, I mean, there's a lot to talk about with him, but we really should focus on the Knicks and the fact that they won the NBA championship. Like, this has to be one of the greatest runs in NBA playoff history. Like,
it is
the Warriors. It's not the greatest run. I mean,
they have
Warriors,
the biggest point differential ever.
Yeah, they have the biggest point differential.
Competition is not that great.
Oh yeah,
right.
Westflation.
The Westflation kicks in.
It's so annoying. You guys talk about, you could get through the East, but you really got to play through the West. Blow a 29-point lead.
My whole point was that you only have to play one team from the West. That's the good part.
Give me the teams from the West. OKC was injured. Played the Lakers, who were injured.
I mean, Marty, this
Nuggets
argument's going to go
good.
nowhere fast if you think
Timberwolves
you're
are
going to
decent.
list out all the West teams and compare it to the East and say that it's tougher. I don't think we're taking away, and I talked about this with Mike last week. Like, it's not taking away from what the Knicks did. It's just a reality of the situation. Like,
Right,
yes,
but when you have when you have guys like Mike Wilbon on national TV saying like, OKC Spurs, this is the varsity match, and the Knicks Cavs, this is the JV squad, and the JV squad goes in and effectively,
yeah, it makes him look
does,
like it makes
you
him look
know-
like an idiot, and I don't think that was the right correlation. I think if anything, it's that you could consider that something, but
The Knicks are
that's going to
here.
deflate. Those
rest
guys are
of
going
the
to
league is
expend
here.
so much energy to make it to the finals, which they did. It was a 7-game
Game
series
7.
that was hard fought, and then the Knicks can take advantage of that. Like, I don't.
The Knicks are here. The rest of the league is down here.
I actually don't think it matters who you played. You won the championship. You don't spend time talking about it.
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is this run over this particular NFL, NBA playoffs is one that none of us might ever see again. I mean, they went total domination after losing 2 games in the first round to just absolutely blowing teams out, and then consistently coming back from double digit deficits against a team that's really good, and a miracle win in Game 4, coming back with the largest lead, the largest deficit ever in NBA Finals history. Like, at that point, that team in my mind they were going to win. I didn't know in how many games, but like it was a destiny moment where they were actually going to win. You don't come back from 29 points and lose. Like, that image of OG tipping that ball in is enshrined in everybody's memory in the NBA forever. Like, that's just it.
I just think that yes, I agree with Lodge. It doesn't matter who you played, how you got there. You win the title, nobody's going to go back and look at it. It's cemented in stone, whatever. I just don't like. I think the only argument that people could say to counter what you just said, Mike, was like it's the most dominant playoff run. It's like, all right, well, if you want to say that, I think you open it up to the conversation like, why was it so dominant? Because you had to, like, I don't think you would have had that same level of success going through the Nuggets, the Wolves, like in the dominant fashion.
I mean, honestly, that's a
you
stupid
open that
argument
up
because
when you
we're
say
not
that.
in the West.
But you open up that argument when you say it. If you just say the Knicks won,
so we have to discredit their run because they play in the East.
At the end of the day, you won the title, so like no one can take that away, and that is what it is, and like that no one should be able to take it away. But I don't think you want to get into the semantics. I don't think Knicks fans want to get into the semantics of that argument, because when you do, you open it up for like, all right, dude, like yes, you did dominate, but you're adding the asterisk by allowing that conversation to happen. So are you telling me that
this is not the second greatest run, second to the Warriors, to win an NBA Finals in NBA history?
I will have to look at every single run that ever happened before I give you an answer.
The 1937.
Yeah, Bob Cousy.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not jumping
they
in.
Won more games.
I'm not jumping into the semantics of who they played or what they did, but the point differential, the comebacks, all that stuff, you're never going to see that again.
What was their record was 16 and what was they
16
won
16-3.
16-3. All right. So just
and their combined losses in those 3 games was 6 points.
Just right off the rip, obviously statistically, but just right off the rip, when the Celtics won the finals, they won 16-3, so like.
What I'm saying to you is if you lose 2 games to Atlanta, and then you proceed to blow everybody out to the NBA Finals. You come back from a 20-point deficit in the fourth quarter against the Cavs. You're never going to see a run where they're actually fighting for their lives again. That's my point. You're not going to see that. You'll never see that again, ever. Double-digit deficit in every single game that they won.
In the you're just talking about the finals. Oh yeah, that was
finals, but the blowouts and all that stuff. Point is, I think it is one of the greatest runs in NBA history that you will ever see. I'm not diving into who they played. I'm not diving into the path. I'm not diving into any of that shit.
If you're going to say that, you have to dive into who they played and the path they took.
That's my point. When you say that,
you're missing my point. It doesn't matter because they took everybody and they fucking kicked the shit out of them.
Yeah, but if
they would have beaten anybody in their path on the way to the NBA Finals.
I disagree.
It would have been impressive.
And you don't know.
It would have been impressive to beat the Nets 15 out of 16 games. Like, you're beating playoff teams 15 out of 16 games.
I don't understand the angle of saying like what you guys just saw in the NBA playoffs and the finals.
But we're not saying that. I'm not
yes,
saying
you
that
are.
the Knicks
I'm
didn't
saying
dominate.
it is, and you're saying, well, you know, I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
we don't have to get to that point. We can just skip
You
that.
might
Like,
as
the Knicks
well
won
say
the
that they
championship.
didn't
Why are
win.
we breaking down who they beat and by how much?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying, because I just laid out a statistical thing. If you want to talk about actual dominance and point differential, you said I don't think anyone's been as dominant. The Celtics literally had the same exact record, and I'm pretty sure their margins of victory, the overall margins of victory,
the Knicks' margin of victory is like 40 points higher than the next one, and that was the Warriors in 20 whatever it was when they went 16
and I would say a
1.
large part of that is the competition they played.
That's all.
Whatever.
But
I feel like you're trying to discount the run that they
We're
went
not.
on.
We literally told you not to bring it up. We told you not.
I don't understand how this is such a crazy thing for somebody to say, and you guys are acting like total
crazy.
fucking children.
No, it's not. It's not crazy. It's crazy in the fact that you can't understand the other side of the point because you don't want to. Because this. Okay, so this is where we get into it. This is why people get pissed off at Knicks fans, because it's like, yeah, dude, you won. Take the win.
All I'm saying is the run that they went on.
What a stupid thing.
The run that they went on after they lost that game to the Hawks is something that you will never see again. That is my overall point.
Okay, I don't think. How do you know that? We may see another run like that when a more dominant team
going 4-0 and coming back from double-digit deficits in every single team. Every single game.
Beat a playoff team by 60 points. That's absurd.
That was super impressive.
That doesn't happen in regular season games.
Yes, it was super impressive. We said it at the time. It's not impressive. Like,
but Eric just made a great point. Beating the Nets 15 out of 16 times, an NBA team is impressive.
The Nets suck ass.
Okay, but statistically speaking, you probably won't beat them 15 out of 16 times.
If you played them 16 times, the Knicks over/under win total would be like 12.5.
Well, yeah, because if you played one team 16 times, they're going to learn how to play against you.
Okay, then
I don't know how we
rotate the bottom 4 teams in the league. That's my point.
Why would I do that when they were like?
I mean, I said the Knicks went on one of the greatest runs, and you guys completely jumped me because you're like, "Wow, who did they?"
I simply disagree. It's one of the greatest runs. I simply disagree.
Maybe we might be adding in some personal, Knicks context that it's even more unbelievable when you take into account, the Knicks in our lifetime. Maybe it's a little bit of that too, but I don't think that it's wrong to make the claim that Mike said. I think
the Heat's run as an 8 seed was more impressive to make the finals.
Right, and they lost, so it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. You guys won the championship, so why congratulations. I simply disagree that it's one of the greatest runs ever.
Mike, you're never going to convince
you're simply wrong.
Two. You know who we're talking to.
No, because it's an opinion. And you can't tell me I'm wrong because it's my opinion.
And you can still be wrong.
But
what do you call it?
I think it was doesn't make you right and him wrong.
I think it was George W. Bush who said it. He said, "You can be certain, and you can still be wrong."
That's why Stan at the beginning of this entire conversation said we shouldn't get into the weeds of this because it makes no sense to do all this.
Well, it's fun to talk about, but I'm not mad. I think you guys were just you wanted to find a way to discount this championship.
We all said at the beginning of this, take your win and move on.
Championship is here, and I think you think that Elijah and I are trying to deflate it, and Elijah and I think you're trying to inflate it. So it's falling somewhere in the middle, probably.
Championship. You're the best team in the NBA. You won. Congratulations.
You lost 3 games.
Let's go back and listen to some of the takes that, honestly, probably even on this podcast. I don't know the timing of when we recorded, but what the temperature was like when they were down 2-1 against the Hawks.
It was
panic. It was Mike Brown is going to get fired.
Yeah, it was Mikal Bridges should be benched. Mike Brown should be fired. They made a mistake. They're going to blow everything up. The only silver lining is that they're going to get Giannis.
Yeah.
And then a month later, they win 15 out of 16 games. So yeah, it's pretty damn impressive.
I think that's the point I'm trying to make is there was a switch flipped after losing to Atlanta where
there's no denying that.
Well, that's my overall point is I don't think you're going to see a switch flip like that for a long time. I won't say ever because if you say ever in front of these guys, they'll fucking jump down.
Ever is a big statement. That's a big statement to make.
10 years. Is that better for you guys?
Stand by it. No. I'll stand by the claim. I didn't even make it ever.
So I think what you saw out of them in winning and sweeping the second round, the Eastern Conference Finals, and going and winning 2 in San Antonio, overcoming double-digit deficits in every single game, capped off by a 29-point comeback, the largest in NBA history. I don't think you'll see that
if Kevin Garnett said
for a
it,
very long time.
if Kevin Garnett said it, you two would be like, oh yeah, 100%.
I don't like Kevin
Garnett
Well,
or one of those guys, Paul Pierce, on their podcast said
But what
that.
exactly are we
what are
not
you trying to
saying? We
say?
haven't even sat here and said like not congratulations
Dude,
or
no,
it
because
wasn't
I
impressive.
think it's
just
because
we're
I
not
said
putting
they
it
had
on
one
the
of
ultimate
no,
pedestal
no,
like
no,
you
no,
fucking
no.
idiots.
Isn't enough.
So then it's a
No,
problem.
shut
Yes,
up.
that's literally
Shut
what
up.
the problem is.
Shut up. I said they went on one of the most impressive runs ever, and then you were like, well, dude, if you're going to bring that up, then we have to talk about who they
Yeah, 'cause
played.
it's a
Yeah,
fair
it's
point.
We have to talk about the
Everyone
54
outside of Knicks
Celtics.
fans would say, Mike, yes, it's a fair point. You just don't want to hear it because you're a dickhead.
I think you're just fucking dead wrong.
It's because you're a Knicks fan. Yes.
I just
you know
like
what? Good.
how
Defend your
Eric
team.
how Eric explained it is perfect in my opinion. 15 out of 16 games, and you guys are like, well,
Against
I don't
the
know,
Nets.
I don't know. No, he said against any. Well, he did use the Nets, and then he said against any team. Point is, you lose that game to Atlanta, we're all in panic mode, and then you win 15 to 16 and end up winning the whole thing, and that's not like one of the greatest runs that you'll see.
Has that
It's
ever
fair
happened?
point.
Has
The
that never
Knicks who haven't
happened?
won in
Has anyone ever swept?
53 years.
It's awesome. Good for you
Charles
guys.
That's
Barkley,
awesome.
Charles
the
Barkley.
city's happy. Like what?
After game
This could all
4,
been
I was
prevented if we just moved on.
I was totally happy coming in here, and all I said was one of the greatest runs you'll ever see, and you two proceeded
That's
to
how
say
we-
like you two
you
were
were-
like, well,
Obviously,
you
not to
know,
get in the
you want to
weeds,
open
but
up
you
that
just need to, like,
conversation.
you want to-
Hey,
weeds
Mike,
of
you're
it.
right. Yeah, you're right, Mike. When I disagree fundamentally.
No. I'm not saying you have to agree with me. I'm saying you're just wrong.
Yeah, good conversation. Good conversation.
You're wrong.
all right, pivot.
Okay, then come
Dead
back
wrong.
come back with better playoff runs. You guys didn't give any. You gave one.
Okay, we did the Warriors and the Celtics. There's two.
Okay, there's two.
In the last 10 years, I'm not going to sit
Well,
here
the
on my
Celtic-
phone and go
well,
through
the
all the
Celtics-
playoff runs.
The Celtics had this. We said the Celtics had the same record as the Knicks. No, 16-3.
Yeah.
16
So
3,
we're
to
saying-
which then
and
I went a layer deeper.
Yes, 15-1. Yes.
I went a layer deeper and said 10-point double-digit deficits. I feel like I've said that phrase 100 times. That's my point.
And that was impressive. And while I was watching it, I was impressed. And they
So
came back in every
all
game.
of that jumbled up together is one of the most impressive runs that you will see. And how you can't see that is beyond me.
Okay, but how?
Okay,
Dude.
okay, dude.
No, it's just you're just pissed off because
I'm not mad at all. I
We're
think-
not
we
bending
just
at
don't
your will and be like,
No,
yeah,
no,
Mike,
I'm-
you're so right. I just
I'm not asking you to
disagree.
bend at my will. I'm just telling you that you guys
Are
are
wrong.
dead
Yeah,
wrong.
we get it. You're wrong. Yeah, we're
You're-
wrong.
I'm not
you're-
asking you to bend at my will. Just bend at my will because you're wrong.
Just
literally
admit you're wrong.
That's
You know
literally
what?
what
To
you're
Eric's
saying.
point, look, go ahead.
We could say most for
There's just
even
no
if we
need to
weren't-
add all these caveats to it.
Why not?
It's
Why would you
just
say you won? Like you did.
because it's the podcast where we talk about stupid stuff.
True.
This is one of
Yeah.
the for a
We just said
neutral
that.
NBA fan. For a neutral NBA fan, this was one of the most fun playoff runs of all time. Based on the fact that they had a plethora of ways to win, whether they were breaking NBA records by beating teams so bad or coming back from the most improbable deficits. I think that we could settle in a middle ground.
You would have to find someone that's neutral then, because I'm not neutral.
Well, maybe
And
that
I
was
don't
my
think Sane
to
is
Eric's
neutral
point.
either.
I think you guys
Maybe
could
that was
agree
my
that
No,
this might be the
I
best
would've-
team ever assembled.
Entertaining finals? Is that what you're saying? Absolutely.
No, he's-
Entertaining playoff run in general. Like,
I mean, if they're blowing teams out, that's not really entertaining.
well, they're
It's
breaking
entertaining
NBA
for you
record by
guys.
they're doing
because
it.
Not
They did it.
entertaining for Knicks fans.
I mean, it was an NBA record of how big they were up in that elimination game, and
That's
then they
70,
come back from a 22-point down, 29-point. I don't know.
The finals
I don't
itself was ultra entertaining, but leading up to that, for Knicks fans, it was probably like, "Damn, this is crazy what we're doing."
it's
But
sick.
for us,
You're blowing everybody out.
it's like, all right, yeah, you're blowing everybody out. Like, and that's from an outside eye. The finals itself, very entertaining. 5 games of ultra.
I think,
competitive,
I think
entertaining
that's the
basketball.
overall point. Is like the road to get there was impressive. Like you the Cavs had 22-point lead, 20 points in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes to go, and they won that game. Like that's my point. Is like the run that they went on is what propels them to be in that conversation for one of the greatest runs of all time.
Okay, now you're changing your tune a little bit because you're saying
I
it
didn't
is
change
the
my
most
tune.
impressive. You were saying
What?
it was the most impressive run they've ever seen.
No,
You said
I
that.
said second to the Warriors. It's right up there with the 1 or 2.
So you're saying it's the
It's
top
right
2
in
run of all
it's
time.
right in my notes.
Okay,
The
so you're
Warriors.
saying
I got
it's
it
the top
wrong.
2 run of all time.
I think right behind the Warriors, yes. And crucify me if you want, but I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
We're not crucifying you. We're disagreeing, and you're crucifying us.
Yeah, actually,
you're
the one doing most of the crucifying.
If you really want to open that up, guys, if you really want to open
this
that
is what you're
up.
doing. Then you're just making fun of me. You are actually doing the crucifying.
Because my point is how they did it, and you sit there and who are they playing?
It matters.
You got to break it down. You got to break it down series by series.
Well, if you really want to have the conversation, we're going to take the other side.
Because I asked you not to, and then you did, and then you got mad because we made arguments against your point that we didn't agree with.
I'm not going to put this out. This is a waste of time.
Let's move on.
Shut it down.
Let's talk about the SpaceX IPO.
Oh, jeez.
I would rather talk about this
the
than
World
that.
Cup?
No. One last thing about the Knicks. Saint, you've said this. I think a lot of people have said this. It's a very likable team. Like Portnoy was saying how he hates Knicks fans, okay? And I get that. Totally fair. You want to hate them, crazy, do a bunch of dumb shit, fine. But the team itself, he likes them a lot. And Jalen Brunson, Becky Hammon is very upset. I mean, can I compare him to other players here? Is that all right? Can I compare him to small guards
who have
led their team to an NBA championship?
Very obnoxious right
now. That would be Steph Curry and Thomas there. And I think there's only 5 players in NBA history to have 45 plus in a closeout game on the road. And I think one of them includes Michael Jordan and Giannis.
Yeah, dude, he did good. And I'm not
saying
anything against Brunson.
Point is, he's all right at scoring, right, Matt?
He's all right at scoring.
Dude, you're so... I
didn't want to get this way. I didn't. I said something that I thought was generally well known throughout the sports world. I'm not going to waste my breath with the argument
about the scoring or us discounting Jalen Brunson. I praised Jalen Brunson to the freaking up and down, left and right when you and I were on last week.
Team all year.
And I like watching the Knicks play, and I like this
they
team.
play basketball.
I don't like the fans. I pretty much echoed what Portnoy said. I don't like the fans, and I like the team a lot. So what's the problem?
I don't have a problem. I just want to make sure that I don't say something to upset guys because if you make a comparison to something, you might get crushed.
Wait, you're talking about saying something that upsets someone else? You never do that, Mike. That never happens to you.
And you're the one literally getting upset that you don't like what we said.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
that's his response.
Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a 1A guy now. Thank you, Becky Hammon. You have Eric's gone. You have proven yourself wrong, I guess. I don't know. Or he proved you wrong. Likeable team. Knicks win. We disagree. That's fine. You want to talk World Cup?
I'd love to. There's been too many draws.
USA going to win the whole thing. Looked good.
It's the best I've ever seen them look.
That was fun to watch. I enjoyed it very much.
For real.
I
saw a thing on Twitter. Is Eric going to come back? I saw a thing on Twitter where that Gio Reyna goal, there was 27 passes before that happened. I know it was in stoppage time or whatever. So it
was wild. That was insane. The build up,
and not to mention crazy. It was kicked it with his right foot on the outside of his foot, and it was a very impressive goal in itself. Yeah, I mean they look, like you said, they look great. I haven't watched a ton of USA soccer, but looking back on previous World Cups and just knowing that it always feels like they're kind of just defending most of the time, trying not to give up a goal as opposed to scoring a goal. It felt different in that regard.
Yeah, that was very strange to see them dominate possession like that, dominate the ball. My only concern is if we face a team that is better than us, how will we react to that? Will we be able to play a defensive style, counterattacking style against a team like a Spain or a Germany or something like that?
Well, Spain, we probably would fare well based on how they did today.
Did they lose today?
Dude, they drew to a team that's barely a country.
It's just the fact that we dominate possession, and I'll be interested to see how we play against a team that doesn't allow us to dominate possession like that.
Yes, but they've shown that they can actually play a real style, and they can stay on the attack. They scored, and then they didn't let off the gas, which was crazy because most of the time, especially our teams of the past, would focus just on a counter, get the 1 or 2 counters that we get, and then we just sit on our heels and we drop 9 back or whatever. They didn't do that at all. They kept attacking, and you got to do that to an inferior team, and it's reassuring that they could do that and actually step on the throat of a team that's not like that they should be, and they actually did what they were supposed to do, which in the history of United States soccer, we've never done that.
Careful with the word history. Careful. Be careful with the word history.
Speaking of history,
Alexi Lawless would like to have a word with you. Okay. Eric, did you watch the USA game on Friday?
I did. Yeah, it was encouraging. Like I echo what Saint said, and it was probably the best performance I've ever seen them play on a big stage. And Paraguay is, they should have beat them, but like Paraguay had some good results against a few of the top teams in South America. So yeah, definitely encouraging.
Yeah, they'd beat Brazil and Argentina.
And Brazil drew the other day too, right?
Yeah, but Morocco's good. I mean,
Brazil does not have a defense.
Dude, I'll tell you what. We tried to go to MSG after the game, and like the streets were absolutely chaotic. But like every like now and then, you would just see like a herd of like fans in Brazil soccer jerseys, just kind of like walking around, funny. Just being like, "Holy crap!" Like what's happening? But they definitely took over the city for majority of that afternoon on Saturday. But yeah, they are. It's cool to see. Like there are so many people here right now, specifically in New York City and all over the country, and all these videos, and that like Freddie guy on Twitter is like getting put up in hotels by JJ Watt, and like I've seen quote tweets of like all the stadiums, and they're being like, Europeans have been lied to about the United States for our entire lives. Like it's so funny to see. It's awesome.
Is really cool. The Scottish people in Boston are cracking me up.
I have seen some of those.
They were at the Red Sox game yesterday. The Red Sox game, a true Red Sox game, and sucked, but they were doing like chants the whole game and everything, and it was awesome.
The team or the
fans? No, fans.
It was like all the right field.
They had like a whole parade walk to the stadium playing bagpipes and stuff, wearing Red Sox jerseys. It was awesome.
Dude, I saw a guy in bagpipes go down that slide. He had the bagpipes on, and he went down that slide that the police officer flew out of or whatever.
Yeah, and he did it very calmly. I read something that like the slide determines what your heart is. That's how while you go down the slide.
What's the expectation for the United States after seeing that first game against Paraguay?
I mean, Australia played really well. Also, speaking of which, did you see Australia? A coach already got fired. Tunisia or something.
Yeah, Tunisia got fired after one game.
That's crazy. I mean, who's going to step in now? It's like the worst time to fire somebody.
I think Argentina did that a couple World Cups ago. They fired their coach mid-World Cup. Not a good look. No, I mean, you win the group at this point.
So if they win their next game, that's 6 points.
It would be tough not to win.
You theoretically would win and then draw, and then you should be pretty much win that group, right?
Yeah, I thought Turkey might be the best team in our group, but the fact that they went out and lost to Australia was kind of wild. They had like 23 shots. They absolutely dominated that game, but Australia had 2 goals, so you win 2-0.
We're in a position to at least now win the group, and you face a very probably weak third-place team in the round of 32, and you could set yourself up for a round of 16, quarterfinal, and then you get to that level, anything can happen. So,
listen, I was offered free tickets to France, Senegal tomorrow, and I unfortunately had to turn them down. I turned them down. I'm trying to take Thursday. I'm trying to take Thursday off to go to the parade, and this game's at 3. So I turned it down.
The parade.
You never seen that video?
That's just I'm not making a face about the video. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I would have. My friend who works for FIFA, she called me and she was like, "Hey, I have 2 tickets this last minute." So I was like, "Tay, can you like potentially take work off?" And she's like, "I can't." And then I was like, "All right, well, I'm trying to go to the parade, so like, whatever." And then I was like, "Listen, if you can't get rid of them, which I'd imagine she probably can, give me a call back, and I have somebody who could take them for sure." Which probably would have been 2 of you guys.
Somebody that works for FIFA? Is she corrupt?
Yes.
No, she works for FIFA North America.
No, it's double corrupt.
I think.
Ultra corruption.
I think
Mike, you said no to World Cup tickets
for a parade.
Who cares?
Oh my gosh.
Marty, literally the world cares, dude.
So
like I know you don't care, but
okay, dude, well, I'm a part of the world and I said no,
I
so like
don't care.
I care, but like I don't need to go, see France, Senegal. Like I'm
ultimately
good.
What's more important? Paul Pogba's not on the team or Ben. So
Ultimately,
that
if you
doesn't
want to make
matter.
the argument, arguably what's more important, seeing a world-class team that's favored to probably win the whole thing in comparison to going and standing in Manhattan
Matt,
and watching
It's all-
it's
watching a
about
finish.
trolley drive
You're an
by.
idiot,
You could
dude.
do both.
Matt, don't even finish that sentence. That
Well,
is
Saint,
the
it's
dumbest
literally
thing that
all
you
about
ever
what you
said.
care about. All right, Saint. Let's say the World Cup's happening. You get free tickets. You just saw the
Saint's
Yankees
going.
win a World Series, and you want to go to the parade. What are you doing?
You can do
I was
both.
at the Yankee game. I'm going to go to the World Cup.
No, you weren't at the game. You want to go to the parade.
You wouldn't want to go to the parade.
All right, so that's
You'd
what you
have no
want to do.
interest in going to see the parade.
Not
You could
living
do
in
both,
Boston.
Mike.
If it was right outside my
could have,
door,
but-
maybe.
Okay, well, it's right outside his door, so.
There's no. Well, here's the thing. Mike just said he could have done both.
I
Let's go
could have
see
done
Frank.
both
No,
if I wasn't
he'd
taking
have to-
so much time off
Yeah,
over
he'd have
these
to
next
take
2
off so much
weeks.
time.
I have time off next week too.
I'm trying to think of some
compare.
I'm trying to think of some comparison of a sport that I'm not into, but is like I don't know. Even if you weren't a soccer fan, I think the World Cup would be really cool.
I think it would have in hindsight, like, yeah, maybe I should have said yes, but like, you know what's going to happen tonight? I'll tell you what's going to happen tonight. I'm going to walk into my bedroom. I'm going to put my head down on the pillow and I'm going to go to sleep. Just
I'm
fine.
going to toss and turn for a little bit before I go to sleep.
Just fine. Just fine. It's all about interest, dude. I don't necessarily care about going to see a World Cup match, France Senegal. It just doesn't resonate with me like it does with you guys.
No
I hope that's all
Benzema,
right.
no
I know we have a
Griezmann,
difference
no
of
Paul
opinions
Pogba.
around here.
Benzema.
Is Mbappe playing for France? I like tried to look it up
Yes.
and I saw like he had like an injury or something.
He'll be
Because
playing.
it said after the USA game, they said Mbappe was joining the broadcast, and I was like, is he not playing?
No, he's playing.
He's playing.
I mean, Holland got
roster's
hammered at
loaded.
the Hurricanes game the other day. He's still playing.
Good. Well, sorry I turned those down. But if
Funniest
they
thing
do,
is
if
seeing
they come back up, I will let you know, and I will take them
Funniest
for
thing-
two of you.
is seeing the Europeans just
my
die
God.
from the U.S. heat.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere else.
No, they're just like they can't
So,
take
like,
it.
they don't have summer over there, isn't it? Like,
No,
just
dude,
as
it's
hot
not
sometimes.
like here. They put Norway in Tampa, Florida.
They
Norway
don't-
can't survive in Tampa,
Well,
Florida.
They don't have air conditioning over
Norway
there.
put themselves in Carolina so they could get used to the heat. That's where they're training.
Yeah,
Thing
dude,
is.
they can't. It
But
gets
also,
like
Norway's a little bit
75
different
degrees.
than like the
Dude,
south of France in the summer. Like,
It hits 80 degrees and they lose their mind.
You have to pay extra for ice over there, dude. I saw the one where like
all of the European Union, you have to pay extra for ice.
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, they don't believe in ice. You have to like ask for it. It's really weird.
Yeah, they like beer warm too, right? That's awful. Or lukewarm.
Listen, there's a reason we fought a war. Okay.
Heck
So
yeah,
we
baby.
have
Two of
cold
them.
beer.
Have you seen the Japanese in Texas?
Yeah, it's pretty
Now
cool.
are they loving it?
Oh, dude, they're loving it. I saw a video of a guy
Everything's
riding
big.
around on. Yeah, everything's big. I saw a guy. Taylor showed me a video today of a guy doing one of the electrical bulls or whatever. Like he was having the time of his life.
Dude, South Korea and Mexico was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Like
the
they
Mexicans
were
were
going
doing Gangnam Style the other day.
So good.
Yeah, dude. People think that the U.S. sucks, and then they come here and they're like, "Oh, it's dope."
I
Yeah,
sent you
The
that
free
one
refills
video.
really got like
Yeah, the
threw
free
them
refills.
for a loop.
I sent you guys the one where the guy was like, "I've been home for 2 weeks now, and I'm just sitting here like I'm soulless. I don't know who I am anymore after visiting here."
I thought Iran wasn't going to play in the U.S., and now they have all their games in the U.S. Like,
No, they have to leave and come back on the same day.
do
Seriously?
they actually?
Yes,
Like, stay where? What
probably
do you mean?
Canada.
It's
They fl-
crazy, dude.
They
That's
just fly the
awful.
plane around the Atlantic and just sleep on the plane and then land. I
That's
want to talk.
horrible.
I want to talk Yankees for like 2 minutes. Sweeping Cleveland and 2 of 3 in Toronto, 5-1 road trip. We've talked about this at nauseum, I think, in some of the group chats that we have going, but Caballero has to be your shortstop. I know Volpe had a good game the other day, but I don't give a fuck. Just play like at this point with Aaron Judge not in the lineup, who's going to be out until probably August, my guess. Like, play your best players. Like, that's just it. Jason Dominguez got called back up. He actually had a good game the other day. Ben Rice, home run yesterday. Goldschmidt, who's just been like the cheapest player you could sign, who's actually been playing very well. You just have to play your best guys. Enough of this like Fugazi nonsense of putting Volpe there and all this whatever. Like, play your best guys.
Did you guys think
7-4.
Goldschmidt was going to be bad?
No, I didn't think he was going to be bad. I thought he would potentially take time away from Rice, which I wasn't a fan of. But
Okay, that's what it was.
the veteran presence is huge. And when you're going to have injuries. So like, it's always good to have
He's just
a
such
form.
a good hitter. He always has been. That kill for a guy like that.
Yeah. He's probably a great clubhouse guy. Like, so, having him in this lineup to kind of give a veteran presence when, Judge is hurt, like it definitely helps. 7-4 since Judge has been on the IL. Continue to play at 500 or above, and you'll be just fine. Did you watch many of these games? I know there's a lot of sports going on, but I really haven't been watching a ton due to the fact that the Knicks were making one of the greatest runs in NBA history.
I've been watching.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm so mad.
Yeah, I've been watching. It's actually, I don't. Judge was so bad when he was playing that like the Judge that we're missing
That decline I was talking about.
is not. Well, no, it was his injury. If you look at after he ran into the wall, his stats were totally different. He's been so bad. So like, I don't know.
When you say
I want to say
let's put it. Let's
he was batting
so bad.
He was batting like 230. He had no home runs or one home run, and a couple RBIs. Like he really wasn't playing that great. So, I mean, if you can play 600 baseball, a little bit over 500 until he gets back, that's all you can ask for. Seems like they can do it because the rest of the team, they've actually looked pretty decent. Jazz has looked pretty good, even though he still makes bonehead plays. He's just doing things that he should be doing, so the bonehead plays don't really matter as much.
I mean, they won't matter now, and they'll matter later. That's the problem.
Yeah,
That's what Saint's going to say.
Saying, is this team different?
Eric, you been watching?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, not as much as.
That's fine. I mean, of course. Why would you? No, I'm being serious. I haven't.
I mean, Miso had that crazy start the other day, 15 Ks.
he's so good.
One hit. He finished with like 22 pitches over 103 miles an hour.
I mean, listen, he should pencil himself in for Dr. Neil Josh in like 3 years. Like, just get that on the books right now.
There's no way his arm's just not going to just fall off one day.
Crazy. I don't understand, dude.
No, he does his warm ups with that water jug on his shoulders. He's good.
Yeah,
Why wasn't he like
that
a
with
type?
skiing studs?
Yeah.
Why what, Eric?
He wasn't like a top prospect. It's crazy because I think he had command issues, and then it just kind of all went away. Like he definitely wasn't like. I remember picking him up in fantasy last year when he broke through, and like he wasn't even. I want to say he wasn't even like a top 20 prospect in the league, but
Yeah, now he's
crazy.
throwing 110. Lige, anything on the Red Sox report? Are they going
The
to
stadium seems more and more empty each game that I happen to see.
Well, my sister and brother-in-law went to the game the other day, and the seats were empty, but everybody was up on the inside because I guess it was 1,000,000 degrees in Boston the other day. But anyway, no, it doesn't matter. They suck. Whatever.
Aren't they only like 5 games out of wild card? I'm not like.
I hope it doesn't. Okay, the AL is just terrible. Yeah, they
That's
make
my
a wild
point.
card. What are they going to do?
When does Crochet come back?
Yeah, he's had a setback. We don't know.
So did Stanton. So join the club.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is Crochet going to
Shocked.
pitch every game too?
Yeah, is Crochet going to be able to hit 300?
Is Roman Anthony still out?
I've never heard of him.
There's that one like fat. I don't mean to disparage somebody's looks, but this guy running around Boston, his name's like Uncle something. I can't remember his name, dude. He is like one of the most fugly people I've ever seen. But he is absolutely hilarious because he's just like this Boston guy with a thick accent, and he is so angry about everything when it comes to the Red Sox. He was watching that. He put up a Knicks video. He was so angry about that. Like, it's not good out there.
It's not good out there. Not at all.
It's
Yeah,
cheap
no.
though. Can go for cheap.
Got nothing to say right now.
Red Sox kids eat free when the Red Sox win at 99.
Kids are dead.
Yeah, kids never eating.
Eric, did you know that the 99 started with seafood in Boston?
No, speaking of the 99, this was so funny. My buddy at work, he was like, I saw your clip, and he was like, whoever said the 99, it's a ball knower, talking about Elijah, because he didn't know Elijah was saying it as a joke. And 2 podcasts ago. And then I go, oh yeah, you like the 99? He goes, oh, I used to go there all the time, get the appetizers and like a beer for $8. I go, yeah, my buddy, he loves it. He says that the seafood there is great. And he goes, I have no idea what he's talking about. You lost me there.
Dude, it's really not bad. I don't know why this is such a big sticking point. I didn't say it's my number one go-to thing. I just said that it's like fine, and you guys
I know,
are
but like it's just like
no, it's just you guys nitpick something that's completely irrelevant.
no.
Like
This is not an irrelevant thing that you've said. Like if you were like, I really like the burger at 99, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm on board with that. But
I was
you
just
went to
making a
seafood?
comparison because I eat it. Like I've ate it before, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I don't understand. It's not a fucking steakhouse, but like it's
I'm
fine.
just not a big like seafood guy at like places that aren't like designated for seafood, I guess you could say, or like an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's the number one thing in the world, but I mean, dude, I don't know. Apparently, is it all right that I have an opinion about
Is that all right?
Mike is the only one that can have an opinion, and we have to listen to what he says.
And Mike's the only one who can talk about his opinion and then critique
No,
other
I just
people's
think you guys
opinions.
I think you guys are. I think Eric
dude, that's
said it
not what
very
just
well.
happened.
We both have biases in this argument.
Yeah, that's what I said. This is not the right people to talk about non-biased. I hate the Knicks. I'm not a non-biased party. I'm a very biased party against the Knicks. You have to ask somebody else.
It's so interesting to me that you hate them because they've been dog shit for 60 years.
Yep,
I'm biased against the fans. I'm not biased against the team.
Well, unfortunately, those two are tied together.
I'll tell you what, I encourage you guys to go watch James Dolan's speech to the team that he gave them 10 weeks ago. It was actually really good. And most people think James Dolan is like a self-absorbed like dick. And like maybe in the past, like
probably
he is to some degree, but like it was great. It was great. It was awesome.
Actually tell him to stop having sex.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges went live today and was saying that there was a 10-week ban on sex.
I mean, dude, that's
women weaken legs.
I mean, dude, didn't he not even care about the team? There was rumors he like didn't even care about anything going on with the team like 3 or 4 years ago.
That was the argument. Is no longer than that because the Rangers had success, right? That was always the rumor is that he cares more about the Rangers. I don't know how true it is. I'll tell you what. You know what else was impossible to do? I tried to find a New York Post. Taylor tried to find one yesterday morning. She went to like 7 or 8 delis, a few grocery stores. All of them sold out immediately. People were waiting in line at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. to get these things.
Yeah, my buddy got 2 of them. Posted on an Instagram story.
Who did?
Did you?
One of my friends did.
Can I have one?
Went to the finals game.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, what game did he go to?
He went to game 3.
Nah.
Well, they lost.
That sucks.
Did anyone buy gear yet? T-shirts?
You know, I'm not like a...
I bought one.
Maybe a T-shirt. I'm not going to...
I bought a T-shirt. I'm going to get an OG jersey. He's a great guy.
This is the first basketball jersey I've ever owned. Like, and I
should have went and got the finals patch on it.
So I thought about that. I did go to MSG. My buddy did.
He went there and got the finals patch on it.
I did go 2 weeks ago to get some hats, and I could have got a patch, and they'll press it on for you. But I was like, if I'm going to get one, I might as well just like get one. You know, what's another $500?
Comes back.
Quick note about the Red Sox. You asked. I have an answer. I'll get another answer. If you want to know how the Red Sox are doing, Dustin May had 9 innings pitched, 9 runs today, 1 hit.
Wait, say that again?
Dustin May, who doesn't play for the Red Sox, you're probably confused.
Yeah,
but
they traded him, right?
They traded him because he was so bad. 9 innings tonight, 9 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 walk.
Yeah, he's been pitching great.
Yeah, he had a perfect game through 7.
Yeah, of course he is because he's not on the Red Sox anymore.
Wait, is this the guy with the curly red hair?
Yes.
He was a Dodger.
Yep. And then we traded for him, and then the guy. Stop! Don't get. Come on. Let's move on.
I'm not being a jerk. He forgot how to pitch.
No, not for the Red Sox. He did.
Yeah.
But tonight he had a complete game 1 hitter.
Good for him.
Bayo's brutal.
No, he's really brutal if he starts. For some reason, if you put him in the second inning, he's great.
That is one of the weirdest things I've ever heard.
And the fact that they kept trying to start him again and he'd suck again, but it was like, all right, we figured it out.
Do a bullpen game and then not
Yeah, just have him come in the second inning. But obviously, you can't be a starter in the MLB if you can't literally start the game. So now he's in AAA.
It actually makes no sense.
They moved him down?
Yeah, they moved him down 3 weeks ago at this point.
Marty, can I ask you a question? Are you on the toilet?
No, I just moved up because it's hot. I'm looking at Eric's got a T-shirt ring going in his room. He's got about 15 packaged T-shirts from Fanatics. He's selling.
Yeah. I don't know if I told it on podcast, but the Russell Wilson jersey was a hit.
out on Fire Island.
It was a hit, yes. Big hit.
Out on the beach. I heard you guys were pretty messy out there.
This is a good one. What shirt is that?
All right. Well, listen.
Nice.
Quick shout out before we end to the dogs. They got some work to do.
I did see the remainder of that game. Wait.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. Your sister picked the wrong year, huh?
I've been like really locked into college baseball.
I thought it was over that series because I saw the score at the top. It said 1-0, 1-0.
No, they're in the double elimination.
Yeah. They're in the double elimination part of the World Series.
Now they have to move to the loser's side and they have to win 3 straight games to get to the final series.
Got it.
Well,
Marty,
SEC's you dominating baseball, huh?
I'm sorry. I'm intrigued by all these T-shirts. I got a Nuggets 2025 Finals.
You're making a lot of noise.
Yeah, there's crinkling happening. I mean, this is
Caleb Williams, U.S.
That's a good one.
Just if you're gonna go through the T-shirts, just mute yourself so you don't make a lot of noise.
Well, we're gonna end it here.
No question.
I actually forgot. I think we got one, didn't we?
Chiefs Conference Finals.
Marty, shut up.
Oh, Marty was wrong about the NHL. Golden Knights only made it so far. They lost.
Hey, I was close. Shout out the Canes.
That's enough talking hockey.
Hold on.
That was a great series, by the way.
I feel like there was a question.
Okay. Question of the week.
Greatest NBA Finals run.
The Warriors.
The Nets.
Which sport out of any of them is the most impressive to come back from?
Oh.
Come back?
That was the question.
Football. No, I'm kidding.
Like a 3-0 series lead or something? Or like in a game?
I think a deficit in a
Baseball.
game.
Let's answer it both ways. Deficit in a game and series.
Series baseball.
Yeah, I think series has to be baseball.
Here's a funny little fact about series. No one in the NBA has ever come back from a 3-0. So technically it's basketball. Because one team did it in baseball. You guys remember?
Good point. And you could argue that was one of the greatest runs of all time, too. Well, if you have to...
Well, no, if you really look at what they did.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not going to say it was one of the greatest runs ever. Okay.
Okay, so maybe I'll amend my answer here. Well, you're an idiot. You probably should.
I'm saying I'm sticking with baseball.
I think in a game, I think it's baseball. Because of all the things that have to go right. It's... Obviously, there's no time.
Like the 9th inning, down 3. Yeah, you need a lot.
Like, there's no time in baseball, which really helps you because, the game can take forever. The other sports being on a timer kind of makes it like, okay, you're running out of time, you have to get something done. But baseball, considering you fail 70% of the time if you're a good hitter, like, 70% of the time times 3, it's like you have to go through a lot to get 3 guys in a row on base against a good pitcher. Because everyone in the MLB is pretty much a good pitcher at this point.
That's why they just tell you to hit 3 home runs in a row, dude. That's way easier.
That's why, that's why Jazz swings for the fences.
Come on, dude. Don't you know?
I think, but then football, I feel like is the easiest because I've seen the Packers blow enough leads that I feel like it's a piece of cake to come back.
Well, they'll just keep changing the rules and then they'll make it so you.
Yeah, the Josh Allen.
17-point touchdown, and
everybody gets a chance in overtime because Josh Allen didn't.
Wait a minute, there's 5 seconds. I think you kick a 5-point extra point to tie it up.
I don't know enough about hockey, but I saw that the Hurricanes scored 3 goals in under a minute, so I feel like coming back's not that difficult in hockey.
I mean, that was incredible.
I feel like you see more of those like, wow, because I think the Knights did it too in this series where they scored like 3 goals in like 2 minutes or something like that. Like that's 2 times in one series.
Mitch Marner had a hat trick in 5 minutes of gameplay.
That's what I'm saying. So like you saw that twice in one series.
But both of those things have never happened in the history of the NHL. A guy had a hat trick in 5 minutes, and then a team was down 4-0 and came back within 7 minutes of game time.
We've never seen before.
They scored 3 goals in how many seconds? Was it 59 seconds? It was less than a minute.
38 seconds. They scored 3 goals.
I've just seen like weird, like if you're up 3-1 in hockey, you pull a goalie. Like people have scored 2 goals in like 20 seconds before. I'm just gonna say the answer's not hockey for me.
All right, so series, I think. Eric, what do you got here?
I mean, it's very niche, but what instantly came to mind was like
cricket.
Tennis.
No. It's like third leg of a cricket match.
No, like I mean, when I was at the Ryder Cup last year, what USA almost did on Sunday would have been the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just because
that's a lot to go right.
So that's very niche, but like when you're down that many points on a Sunday in the Ryder Cup, you need every matchup to go your way. That's But I feel like there's no goalpost really on this question. So, but all in all, probably baseball.
In a game. So I think I'm going baseball for both, I think.
Yeah.
Same.
Just because you have to face, if a pitcher dominates game one, you have to face him again. It's just, I don't know, baseball's just so, not random,
It's
but
the worst fucking sport.
there's just so much that can happen. And it's
Well,
just
actually,
great.
I think what we're going to get is the golden at-bat rule where you can hit a 17-run home run in the ninth inning.
Golden at bat. Aaron Judge can come off of the IL and pinch hit here.
And you know what? He can hit 3 times because he can be all 3 outs.
Times, and he actually gets 9 strikes.
Yeah, we're gonna invoke the rule here where he gets to hit for all 3 outs. So you got to throw 9 strikes.
And he could just be his own ghost runner on second and first and third.
Yeah.
I would say baseball, maybe basketball for a series.
I feel like football's the easiest.
I agree with football.
Because you can feel the momentum shift in football games so quickly, and then your team does the classic 3 runs up the middle, punt. You know, it's
you give
just
it back to them with a chance because they want that.
I could see that.
A 14-point game is just a 2-score game. I don't know, football.
But to your point about basketball, 3-0's never been done, so there is something to that.
Basketball is interesting because basketball is one of the sports where the other team will get the ball with a chance to score every single time.
Mm-hmm.
In hockey,
baseball, their team's going to get a chance to hit too.
That's what I'm saying. Baseball, I think, is the toughest. But football, the team might never get past the 30-yard line. It's okay, well, there's not a chance they're going to score if they don't get past the 30-yard line. Basketball, the team most likely is going to get a shot off every time. So
I think it's just the failure aspect of baseball is what makes it the most difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Considering if you fail 70% of the time, you do good.
Yep. All right. Well, listen, that'll do it for this episode. The New York Knicks are NBA champions. They finally did it. 53 years later, we get to celebrate a championship. All the ups and downs. I am going to the parade. Eric and Marty, we talked about it today. What are you guys thinking?
I talked to my boss at work. I was like, hey, I'm not taking the day off, but I'm going to go to the parade. And she was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I was like, I'll come in after.
Eric?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take after.
All right, it's going to be difficult. I guess I've heard they're projecting
let's just do the morning.
4 million people to be there, and it's very tight down there.
Take some videos. I want to see it.
Let's just get there in the morning. Let's get there early.
They're saying get there at 6 or 7 in the morning.
God, brutal.
I didn't mean to do that. My bad.
Anyway,
Knicks are champions. We win. We did it.
Greatest run ever. Greatest team.
See, I didn't say it was the greatest run ever. I said one of. You can say it. I'm not going to say it. There's a team that won 16-1.
Greatest point guard ever.
Would you trade it this year for Yankees World Series?
Yes.
I thought about this question a lot.
It's yes.
I offered you 3 Knicks championships in a row for 1 Yankees.
Right now it's a reality. So,
but I didn't I wasn't there yet.
Trade it? Would you trade it 1-for-1? Yankees win this year, or
Mike?
No, I'd rather the Yankees for sure. But it was I think I've talked to Mike and Matt about this. Being in New York for this,
it was on nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was 10 times more the atmosphere than a Yankees World Series would be.
I'll tell you what, I was in Chicago last weekend, and I was with my buddy who was the same guy that went to Game 3, and he was walking around the street in his Knicks jersey, and there was just so many people saying Knicks in 4, Knicks in 4.
It swept the country.
Dude, there was guys in where I live here in Quincy. I had a Yankees because I had a Yankees fan on, and a couple of guys were like, "You a Knicks fan too?" I'm like, "No," but
I'm a Celtics fan. Oddly enough,
I actually say that, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
I can't.
I could answer.
I can't answer this question.
Yes,
and the reason this is difficult because
your teams are gone, buddy.
Shut up, dude. You have to look at I'm weighing all of the things of what's happened. It's been 53 years. It's been 53 years. They haven't won. The Yankees historically have a good chance to win the World Series. I know they haven't won since 2009. Gun to my head, I'm probably taking the Yankees championship.
Oh!
But it's very difficult. I don't want to say that, but Aaron, I texted Aaron the other day. after they won the game and I was standing in my apartment, I was just like excited, ready to get outside and see what was happening. And then in the back of my mind, I was like, man, I really want to see the Yankees win a World Series.
That's exactly what I thought, dude.
And like, I can't help the fact that that's my team. Like, that's who I love the most. Like, it is what it is. Like, this is, but like
Right.
to Eric's point, like taking all of the things outside of just like being a fan of the Knicks and pushing it into to the situation with the city. Everywhere you walked, people were wearing Knicks stuff, whether you're a Knicks fan or not. Like, people were wearing it. People were screaming, hollering in the street. Like, it was, we walked out of my apartment. I live on 11th Ave, which is like, not in the center of anything. Dude, the street was flooded with people, horns honking, just people going nuts. So that's something I'll never forget.
This is probably the peak of sport, like maybe ever
city?
in New York, yeah. And it probably will be the peak.
It's just because, like,
if the Yankees win the World Series this year, I do think it would be a peak of. Like,
well, I'm saying at this point
and the Liberty.
At this point in time, with everything going on, the World Cup, the Knicks.
Yes.
I mean, this doesn't really matter on the grant, but like I'm going to the U.S. Open tomorrow, and also in
New York.
Like this is the best time for sport in my lifetime.
I would have to agree. Like, saying to Eric's point, like if the Yankees win a World Series, like this city would, most of the people here are Yankee fans. Like, just if you broke it down, if you took a census, but it wouldn't even scratch the surface of what we just saw.
No, I know, but I'm talking about your fandom, not the cities. Like, I understand on the scale of what it means for the city.
That's what tips me in multiple different directions here.
But your fandom, I have always known you. You've always been you have become more of a Knicks fan since you've been there. You've been a Yankees fan through and through.
It's a prisoner of the moment take, but like I said, gun to my head, I'm taking the Yankees.
I will say, for being here for two championships, one for the Yankees, one for the Knicks.
You were here in 2009?
Like saying, like playing in the championship. This place is it's significantly different.
It's a basketball. It's a basketball town.
It's not even close. Yeah,
well, for sure. Yeah,
the city,
but it's also because of the prevalence of the Yankees have had more success, obviously, over the last 50 years.
That's also a thing that weighs into it. It's like 53 years where people have come and gone, born and died.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
that's a fair fact. Yeah.
There's people who saw it in 73. There's people who saw it in 73 who were 20 years old, and they're like, I'm going to see another one, and they might be dead.
Yeah,
they didn't see one.
Red Sox went 86 years without one of those. Talk to me about suffering when you get there.
All right, well, go ahead. Last word.
You've had nothing but success in your life.
Yeah, I'm alive. Some people lived and died in those 86 years.
Think about the Cubs.
Come and gone.
That's what that Cubs World Series, when they did the next year, the celebration, they brought the guy on the field who was like 103, and he was alive for the last one. That when he was
he threw out the first pitch.
He was like 7, yeah. Or like they brought a ball to him. They gave him one like the World
George
Series
H.W.
balls.
picture.
It's like because he was a loyal like season ticket fan holder. It's like, I mean, dude, that's crazy. Like, an entire lifetime like that. Like that's crazy.
That's the other thing you think about. It's like, what if the Yankees, like, what if they don't win another championship, and then this is the only one I have until
I've thought about it.
I think about it every freaking season. Like, this is gonna be another one they don't win.
Last question. Sorry, can the Knicks repeat one? And do you think they can win another championship in the next 4 to 5 years? 4 years.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Yes to what?
Both.
Great.
Both.
I don't think they will repeat, just because I think they
haven't in
the
8
pinnacle,
years.
And I think this is like the let off. I don't know. Plus, the league's obviously going to change. I think the league has too much parity at the top. So
they've had 8 different winners over the last 8 years.
That is really cool. I mean, I think if the Celtics get Giannis, they could be in some serious trouble.
Which is crazy. That what? Like, dude, that would be something.
The Heat can't offer Jalen Brown, and the Celtics can. So,
Eric, can they repeat or can they win again in the next 4 to 5 years? 4 years. I just did it again.
I don't think they repeat, but I think that there's 100% another quality playoff run, whether they win a finals or they get to the finals in this window of this core.
Yeah.
I still don't think the East is like super tough to beat right now, and then like I said before, you just have to get there.
Well, Tatum's going to be 100% next year, which is going to be more difficult.
And paired with Giannis, yikes.
If that happens. All right. Well, listen, that'll do it. Knicks are champions. Check us out on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. YouTube, we're on YouTube. 4th episode on YouTube.
Nice.
Check us out. We'll talk to you guys next week. Go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.